Right guys, welcome back. Fog Wrestling here. We just got done watching Backlash. I'm sure you've seen the review on the channel, but now it is time to go through our top 5 moments of the show. And as always, we're starting off at number 5 now. There are some noticeable moments that we did not make the list, but we'll give them an honourable mention. And I think APA reunion. We've seen Bradshaw and Farouk. If it was the first time we'd seen them in a couple of years, then probably would have been higher. But if we're being honest, like 3 weeks ago, they were on the same show, so it's not that much of a reunion.
And they kind of made a big deal out of the APA disbanding.
Yeah, just to meet up again 3 weeks later. So I know they're going their separate ways now, but it is what it is. With Ric Flair backstage after his match, after he fucked up the refereeing call, he was showed the video footage and he was like, "Oh shit." With a decent Heyman promo motivating Brock Lesnar before his match, telling him you only get one chance to make a first impression. With a pretty solid opener as well for the Cruiserweight title. Billy Kidman says on the SmackDown before the pay-per-view that nobody cares about him, and I guess even less people care about him now that he's no longer the champ. But anyway, let's move in then to the top 5 list, and we are starting off at number 5, and it is a promo from your man Chris Jericho.
Break down the walls.
Former Undisputed Champion, not having a match tonight for some reason. Why, we do not know. But he did have a promo, and he addressed this in the promo, and he actually buried some people. He said it was like a disgrace how some people like Maven, Trish, and Billy Kidman are on the pay-per-view and he isn't. I don't know where he got those 3 from. I don't know if he just randomly thought of 3 names.
Well.
And he went on to, again, burying Hogan.
Well, let's be real. How the fuck is Maven on it and he's not?
Yeah, well, he's got a fair point. Burying Hogan, saying that Hogan doesn't deserve a title shot. And he's right. You feel like this should lead to a Hogan-Jericho match in the future, but I don't know if it will or not. It should.
Could be a throwaway match on SmackDown.
Hey, I'd take that. It'd be better than nothing. But anyway,
I know Hogan faces Angle. I know that.
Anyway, there you go.
For the belt, though.
Jericho coming in at number 5. Number 4 was the main event of Backlash, the Undisputed Championship, Triple H versus Hulk Hogan. And this match surprised me. A, it went a lot longer than I thought it would, a hell of a lot longer. And B, it was actually better than I thought it would be. I expected this to be a horrible match, but it actually worked. The way Triple H and Hogan worked this, they literally spent like the first 10, 12, 15 minutes just like doing rest holds and like tests of strength and stuff like that. But
because Hogan's that over,
the crowd were loving it. It's not, the crowd weren't chanting, "Oh, boring," or bullshit, or, you know what I mean? The crowd were going mental. Yeah. Whereas, see if people did this today, I think the crowd would be booing, "You can't wrestle," all this garbage. But, I mean, fucking Hulk Hogan's that over. I reckon Hulk Hogan could have just legit got a chair, sat down, gassed like Bret Hart did against Vince McMahon, and just stared at Triple H for 20 minutes sitting on the chair.
What you gonna do, brother?
And I reckon the crowd would have been loving it.
You're damn right.
Just Hogan sitting on a chair, looking at Triple H's fucking quads.
He's fucking brilliant, the Hulkster.
Anyway, Triple H, after getting outpowered and outsmarted for the opening, the beginning of the match, he began to actually work on Hogan's legs, and it was Triple H working on Hogan's legs, even though Hogan's legs are done and his hips are fucked. Triple H is the guy coming off a serious leg injury, quad injury, so I thought it might have been Hogan working the legs of Triple H, but nah, it was the other way about. We also had a lot of interference at the end, a lot of mayhem, and I think shit like that always makes matches better. I mean,
Jericho.
Is there such thing as overbooked? I don't know. I mean, I think overbooked.
You've said it quite a few times in a couple of our reviews. Oh, I was overbooked, the big man.
Well, I don't think this was overbooked. I think it was just good. So Jericho coming out, trying to help Triple H when Triple H didn't want Jericho's help.
There's some matches that don't need it, and there's some matches that do need it.
Then Taker came out, tried to help Hogan when Hogan didn't want his help. Triple H gets smashed by the chair from The Undertaker. Then Hogan clotheslines Taker over the top rope, hits a leg drop on Triple H, gets the win. Hogan's your new champion. And the Hulkamania era has returned. It's back.
What you gonna do?
And it came in at number 4. Up next, number 3, we've got Jerry the King Lawler basically accepting, saying that Heyman's abuse of... it's okay for Heyman to sexually assault Lita, I guess, because he wants to do it as well.
Yeah, I mean, this was just brilliant because JR's expecting King to back him up here, but
Yeah,
him being a weasel, and he's like, "Well, come on, JR."
yeah. So basically, they were showing a promo just for the Jeff Brock Lesnar match, of Heyman going into Lita's dressing room and all that, and just kind of like being creepy towards her and smelling her pants and all this shit. And and after the promo, JR's like, you know, oh, Heyman's this awful, Weasley guy, this creep and this pervert. but King's secretly sitting there thinking, fuck, I want to be Heyman, I want to be in Heyman's position. And
I want to be the Heyman.
and yeah, he's basically just kind of disagreeing with JR, and it was just basic. It was like a couple of lines, but fucking couple of lines for JR and King.
This guy forgot about it.
Yeah, I did
He
forget about
jobbed him out.
but it was great. It was great. Big up Jerry the King Law. I mean, I'd say the best commentary team of all time.
Easily.
I mean, there's been some great commentary teams,
The
but
longevity, good night.
yeah, it has to be these two. And the fact that they were so good over longevity, like, I mean, they didn't really go stale.
Exactly.
Maybe late 2000s, like, but anyway, coming in at number 2. I'm not even sure if this was a match or just a fucking straight up beatdown, but Brock Lesnar versus Jeff Hardy. You only get one chance to make a first impression, and Brock made a pretty good one, just completely battered the shit out of Jeff Hardy.
He's killed Matt, now he's killed Jeff.
I mean, people can say Brock, all he does is suplex city, but I mean, we've seen a whole range of moves in this match. Power bombs, backbreakers, any sort of maneuver that would crush Jeff. Brock Lesnar was doing it. And yeah, the end of the match, the referee basically calls for the bell and says that Jeff can no longer continue. And I like that call because it made Brock look a lot more dominant and a lot more dangerous, rather than, I mean, see, you think about it, see if Brock had just nailed the F5 and pinned Jeff, I think it would have been like a lackluster finish.
Exactly, so this was definitely the right way to go.
I seen the F5 and I'm thinking, fuck, that's it over.
No, because...
But then in reality, Brock picks him up and batters him for like 2 minutes straight with all these big moves. So.
Heyman said it himself.
Punish him, Brock!
Exactly. Punish him. Make it memorable. You've only got one impression. Battered them.
And he made a good one because he got number 2 on our top 5 list.
You're goddamn right, brother.
He didn't get 5 stars for Meltzer, but he almost got the top of our list. Brock yet to make the top, but Sean Stasiak has. I wonder when that'll change. Anyway, speaking at the top, number 1. It was Angle versus Edge. Best match of the night, I thought. This went less than half the amount of time Taker Austin went.
Insane. And you may be surprised that doesn't make this list, but I didn't like it.
It was a botch fest match. It went too long.
The fact
they included
shows up in bowling shoes.
Yeah, Flair it was awkward. He got in the way of things. NWO came out and stood for 20 minutes and watched on and did not interfere. Match was just all over the place. But anyway, yeah, a match that wasn't all over the place was Angle Edge. Great back and forth match. Actually, it looked like Edge was going to win at one point. And then Angle cracks himself with a chair after hitting the ropes. It bounced and smashed him in the face. Edge with Edge-o-matic. Almost got the win. Edge going for the spear. Angle almost takes his head off with a boot. Hits the Angle slam for the second time in the match. And Angle picked up the win. So I think this Angle Edge feud probably will continue. And yeah, it was... I mean, Angle never has a bad match. Does he ever?
No.
And... I mean, Edge ain't going to have a bad match with Angle.
Exactly.
Because he's been...
I'm trying to think.
I think every Edge guarantees you like at least like a 6-7 match, I think. And Angle's guaranteeing you 8-9.
And
so he put them together.
It's a recipe, guys, for greatness.
I just couldn't imagine Edge versus Angle and it not getting like at least an 8.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I'm pretty sure...
Because Angle could wrestle a pile of dog shit and get an 8, so... Wrestling Edge, he's not going to...
wrestling machine.
I mean, Angle's and Michael.
And it was good that Angle got the win.
I felt he needed it because the Edge has been booked really strong.
Yep.
So, what I noticed, guys, people that were booked strong going into this pay-per-view fucking lost. Apart from maybe Billy Kidman, I don't know if he's been booked strong or not.
What about Triple H?
I'd say he's booked stronger than Hogan, no? I'd say Edge was booked strong. Bradshaw was booked strong. I mean, Trish was picking up wins. I mean, well, Jazz hasn't been booked terribly. So Brock's the exception.
Brock just fucking kills everyone.
Yeah. RVD was booked like a fucking champ going into this. I mean, this guy looks. He had Taker beaten about 10 occasions. And yeah, a match in my opinion didn't deliver. I think. I mean, I know he's dead, and we're supposed to hype him up as the greatest wrestler ever, but in my opinion, Eddie Guerrero was massively overrated. I think he's a good wrestler. He's a good promo guy, but people make out as if he's got like, the most charismatic guy ever. I don't see it, man. If I'm giving for wrestling, I'd maybe give him like an 8. And for like promos,
I could never take him serious.
I think he's an 8 at best.
He was always just a laughing, like, face. You could never. There was never like a. He was either heel or he was like a joking face. There was no real.
I think someone like a Jericho is just a level above Eddie Guerrero. I mean, like a clear level. Right. I think Jericho's a much better promo guy. I think he's a much better wrestler. I mean, Guerrero had like. Guerrero was probably what Guerrero had. He was the best promo guy of like the Radicals. He was. I'm not going to lie. Like he was clear, and I think that's why he gets a bit overrated when it comes to promos.
Because people overrate the Radicals.
Now, but Benoit's
if you're not better than Malenko, who's the other guy? By Saturn.
What's the Lita getting sexually harassed?
I know Malenko and now Heyman.
Who's going to be fucking next? Jerry the King Lawler? Kane? Fucking rapes her. Oh, boom! There you go. Oh fuck! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! And then Snitsky. Jesus Christ! Anyway, guys, there's your list. That is it. Boom! No wonder she fucking left. Holy shit! And then Crime Time came out. Or personal belongings at SummerSlam.
Buried 6 years of just sexual harassment, guys.
What is it? Fucking who's it? Whose nickname's like Years of Dominance? Undertaker's like 23 years of destruction.
Like that,
fucking
years.
Later, bloody 7 years of sexual harassment. Anyway, guys, that's your list. Until next time, we'll be back with the Raw and SmackDown. The next pay-per-view is Insurrection, I believe.
Yes.
Insurrection, UK pay-per-view. Kind of a B-level pay-per-view. But we'll cover it, because we're good guys. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time.